Have you ever promised yourself, tomorrow I'll wake up at 5 a.m. and finally crush my goals, only to hit snooze not once, not twice, but 5 times? Yeah, we've all been there. And that's the problem with discipline. Discipline is like trying to carry a bucket of water uphill. You need effort, willpower, and a bit of luck. But as soon as you get tired, distracted, or life throws a little chaos your way, the water spills every single time. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal? Eat healthier, wake up early, exercise daily, read more. But somehow by Wednesday, you're on your couch eating chips and binge-watching cat videos. It's not just you. It's human nature. Discipline isn't broken. It's simply unreliable. Now, here's where most people get it wrong. They focus on discipline as the hero. They say, I'll just be stronger, more disciplined, more motivated. And sure, sometimes that works for a week, maybe two. But eventually, life happens. You get tired, sick, busy, or distracted, and boom, discipline collapses like a house of cards. Enter the real hero, systems. Systems don't need motivation. They don't care if you're tired or busy. They don't have feelings, laziness, or mood swings. A system just works every day, no drama, no excuses. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two people, Alex and Sam. Alex relies on discipline. Sam relies on a system. Alex wakes up at 6 a.m. telling himself, I will go for a run today. But it's raining. He's tired. He's hungry. Suddenly, the couch looks way more inviting than the pavement. His discipline battles with reality, and reality wins. Sam, on the other hand, has a system. Every morning, he has laid out his running shoes, his clothes, even a playlist ready. He doesn't think, should I run today? The system tells him, yes, do it. Even if he's tired, the system pushes him forward. No debate, no excuses. Sam wins every day. Here's the funny thing about discipline. It's emotional. It requires willpower, which is like mental fuel. And guess what? Willpower runs out faster than your favorite snacks disappear from the pantry. Systems don't run out of fuel. They just keep going. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation to brush your teeth every morning, right? You just do it because the system is built into your life. You didn't rely on discipline or willpower. You didn't debate, should I skip it today? No. You brush, rinse, done. That's the power of a system. Another example. Imagine you want to save money. You could rely on discipline and say, I won't spend on coffee this month. But one day, you're stressed, tired, and there's a new donut shop that just opened. Discipline wavers. You buy the coffee, you buy the donut, and suddenly your savings plan is in jeopardy. Now, instead of discipline, imagine you set up a system. Every month, a fixed amount of money automatically transfers to a savings account. You don't think about it. You don't negotiate with yourself. It just happens. That's a system winning, quietly and reliably. Here's the core lesson. Discipline is a muscle. Systems are the environment. Muscles get tired, but environments don't. You can't rely on discipline alone for long-term success because life is unpredictable. Systems don't care about life's chaos. They just work. And here's something I love about systems. They make life almost effortless once you set them up. Want to eat healthy? Meal prep. And your system feeds you. Want to exercise? Schedule your workouts, and your system tells you when and where. Want to learn a skill? Break it into small daily chunks, and your system keeps you consistent. The best part? Systems don't just beat discipline. They also make your life fun. Why? Because when the boring, repetitive stuff is automated, you free up your brain for creativity, exploration, and actually enjoying the results. Discipline feels like grinding uphill. Systems feel like riding a smooth, well-paved road while enjoying the view. Discipline isn't useless. Discipline is like the spark. It gets you started. Motivation is the initial push, but without a system, discipline burns out, and motivation fades like an Instagram story after 24 hours. Systems last. They compound. They quietly accumulate wins while you're busy living your life. So the next time you feel guilty for not being disciplined enough, don't beat yourself up. Ask yourself a better question. Do I have a system? Here's a little humor to end with. Relying on discipline alone is like trying to push a car up a hill with your pinky finger. Sure, technically possible, but highly inefficient, exhausting, and probably tear-inducing. Systems, on the other hand, are like strapping the car to a motorbike. It just goes. Start small. Pick one area of your life. Build a simple system. Automate, schedule, design, and let it run. You'll be amazed at how much you can achieve when you stop relying on discipline to be a superhero and instead let a system quietly do the heavy lifting. Discipline is fleeting. Systems are eternal. Remember, discipline is the spark. Systems are the engine. And with the right engine, you can go farther than you ever imagined without burning out in the process. And that, my friends, is why systems always win.